Amid the thunderous roar of a packed stadium, where the crisp autumn air crackled with anticipation, Josh Allen orchestrated a performance that transcended the gridiron, weaving personal affection into the fabric of professional triumph. The 29-year-old quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, a towering figure of athletic prowess and unyielding determination, led his team against the formidable Kansas City Chiefs in a matchup that had fans on the edge of their seats. It was a game defined by high stakes and higher emotions, but what elevated it to legendary status was a subtle, heartfelt gesture that spotlighted Allen's wife, the multi-talented Hailee Steinfeld. As the Bills clashed with their rivals, Allen's on-field brilliance became a canvas for romance, turning a routine touchdown replay into an impromptu serenade that left spectators and social media ablaze with delight. The pivotal moment arrived in the heat of the contest, with the score teetering on a knife's edge and the crowd's energy palpable like electricity in the air. Allen, with his signature blend of power and precision, snagged his second touchdown of the afternoon. A blistering sprint through defenders that culminated in a dive across the goal line, sending the Bills faithful into a frenzy of cheers and waving foam fingers. The play itself was a masterstroke, a perfectly timed handoff feint, followed by a burst of speed that left tacklers grasping at shadows, his cleats churning up turf as he powered forward. But as the officials signaled the score and the Jumbotron looped the replay in glorious slow motion, capturing every sinew-straining effort, every bead of sweat glistening under the floodlights, the stadium's sound system synced in a way that felt almost predestined. Blasting through the speakers was Steinfeld's empowering anthem Love Myself, its pulsating beats and confident lyrics filling the arena like a love letter broadcast to the masses. Love Myself, from Steinfeld's repertoire as a singer and actress, is more than just a track. It's a declaration of self-empowerment, with verses that pulse with vulnerability and strength, urging listeners to embrace their worth unapologetically. Hearing it underscore Allen's triumph was poetic serendipity, as if the universe itself conspired to honor the woman who stands as his greatest cheerleader. The quarterback, drenched in Gatorade from earlier celebrations and still catching his breath, couldn't have scripted a sweeter nod. Fans, ever vigilant in these digital moments, captured the overlay on their phones, and within minutes, clips proliferated across social platforms. One supporter, fingers flying over their keyboard, proclaimed, "Whoever decided to play a Hailee Steinfeld during a Josh Allen TD replay commercial break sequence should get a raise." The sentiment rippled outward, with another chiming in, "Go Bills," laced with unbridled team spirit, while a third savored the romance, dubbing it, the broadcast playing a Hailee Steinfeld song after the Josh Allen touchdown was chef's kiss. These reactions weren't mere hype. They were testaments to how intertwined public personas can amplify private joys, turning a sports highlight into a viral ode to marital bliss. Allen's public adoration for Steinfeld has long been a cornerstone of his narrative, a refreshing counterpoint to the often stoic world of professional football. In post-game interviews, sideline chats, and even casual podcasts, he has effusively praised her, framing their union as the pinnacle of his life's decisions. "Marrying the sinner star was the easiest and best decision I have ever made," he once confessed, his voice softening with the kind of sincerity that cuts through locker-room bravado. The reference to Sinners, Steinfeld's recent cinematic venture where she embodies a character navigating moral ambiguities with fierce independence, underscores his admiration for her artistic depth. Their story, from on-set sparks to wedding vows, reads like a Hollywood script, two high achievers finding anchor in each other amid whirlwind careers. Allen, with his cannon arm and leadership that inspires teammates to dig deeper, sees in Hailee a mirror of resilience, a performer who commands screens in projects like Dickinson, reimagining Emily Dickinson's poetic fire through modern lenses, all while maintaining a grounded grace. Steinfeld, no stranger to the limelight's glare, reciprocates with equal fervor, her reflections on their partnership brimming with gratitude and levity. In her personal newsletter, Beau Society, a curated space where she shares musings on creativity, wellness, and love, she recently penned a glowing recap of their nuptials. The ceremony, intimate yet elegant, unfolded just 13 days prior, a fresh chapter in their evolving saga. "It's been a whole 13 days of being married and we'll be staying on this high forever," she wrote, her words infused with the giddy permanence of new beginnings. For Hailee, whose days oscillate between recording studios and film sets, this marital milestone amplifies her sense of stability. Allen's touchdown tribute, then, wasn't isolated. It was a thread in a larger weave of mutual elevation, where her music becomes the soundtrack to his victories, and his gridiron grit fuels her artistic pursuits. To understand the depth of this gesture, one must contextualize it within the broader dynamics of celebrity couples in sports and entertainment. Allen's Bills tenure has been a roller coaster of near misses and breakout seasons, his arm strength and improvisational flair drawing comparisons to legends like Brett Favre. Yet, amid the pressure of playoff chases and media scrutiny, Steinfeld remains his North Star, a partner who attends games incognito in oversized hoodies, her cheers silent but fervent. The song choice, Love Myself, resonates on multiple levels. It's an anthem of self-love that Allen embodies in his relentless drive, but also a subtle affirmation of the woman who encourages him to thrive without losing himself. Social media's frenzy amplified this, with threads dissecting the perfect sync, memes juxtaposing touchdown stills with Steinfeld's album art, and think pieces pondering if it was coincidence or choreography. One fan's quip about new music: John writes his best music when dating TBH. Wait, no, that's a mix-up. For Allen it's less about tunes and more about touchdowns, but the parallel holds. Love inspires peak performance. This moment also highlights the evolving role of spouses in athlete narratives. Steinfeld, with her Oscar-nominated roots and voice that blends pop sensibility with indie edge, isn't just arm candy, she's a collaborator in life's playbook. Their wedding, described as perfect in its seamless blend of elegance and ease, featured personal touches like custom playlists and vows exchanged under starlit skies, echoes of which reverberated in that stadium replay. As the Bills faithful chanted Allen's name, the undercurrent was clear: victory tastes sweeter when shared. For couples like them, public gestures like this bridge worlds, inviting fans into a narrative of partnership that feels aspirational yet attainable. In the aftermath, as confetti rained and handshakes were exchanged, Allen's eyes likely sought the stands where Steinfeld watched, her heart swelling with pride. This wasn't just a win against the Chiefs, it was a win for love, scored to the rhythm of her song. In a league where fleeting romances abound, their story stands as a bulwark, rooted in choice, celebrated in song, and immortalized in replay.